Alrighty then. So, it turns out that this mission should still work. I tried some stuff out, and it turns out that we have an extraordinary amount of delta V in this little satellite, just with the monopropellant. So what we want to do here is, we want to get around to opposite of the target apoapsis, because it'll be more efficient to hit that first and then pull the periapsis up. But most of that will happen with the monopropellant anyway, so for now it's just we want to burn off most of the liquid fuel, but leave like 4 or 5 of it. Just want to get around and then face prograde and throttle up. Shouldn't take too long, and I actually started kind of late, but oh well. And the re-entry characteristics on this should be pretty good, so we don't have to worry about that, probably. Okay, so more science flickering in and out that I'm not going to take the time to get because I'm lazy like that. Perfect. Okay, theoretically that'll leave us enough fuel. Also, hopefully this fairing debris isn't going to hang around, because I don't want that to... Actually, no, it's totally going to hang around. Oh, jeez. Well, at some point we might get to do a debris cleanup mission, if we really want. Ah, jeez. If I had wanted to be really efficient about this, I would have burned to get this inclination here. But oh well, we should have enough fuel to figure that out. The problem being that what's called a plane change maneuver, where you're tilting your orbit up to get it angled like that, those are very fuel expensive. But I'm actually not sure if it would have been better... Hey. Oh, we're getting high altitude science, that's what this is. I don't actually know if it's more efficient to do that in the initial launch, or in the initial burn, versus doing it afterwards. Because if we do it later, then we have... then we'd have the advantage of a lower orbital velocity, because that would... that'll make any maneuver more efficient. However, I don't fly and talk at the same time. Ugh! Valentina, what are you doing? I don't know, that's something that you could figure out another time. Whatever, before we do anything, we need to get up to apoapsis. Alright. So we want to face prograde when we detach these, because the decoupler has a like a not insignificant amount of force to the decoupling action. So if we face prograded apoapsis, when we launch this off of the front, it'll give it a little bit of kick to its orbit and save us a little bit of fuel. So that's always something to look out for. And also then you don't have, like a common problem is detaching something behind you, and then you have to burn retrograde to slow down, and you might hit it, and that's bad. So I just want to wait until the vertical speed is about 0 before I detach this. Just so we get the most bang for our buck. See, that's really shooting away. Alright, we're going to turn off SAS for now on that, just so we don't waste power at all. See, if you look, there's a tiny little gap there. That's fuel that we saved, which is good. So now we need to worry about deorbiting Valentina. I'm pretty sure this will be enough fuel. Like, worst case scenario, we'll have to do like 2 or 3 passes to slow down in the atmosphere. Because I think last time I tried this I left a little bit more, but then I had a little left over. Oh, actually no, that's plenty. 25, yeah, that's probably okay. So the probe is on a, yeah, the probe is still on a stable orbit, so we don't have to worry about that getting messed up at all. So I'm going to go ahead and time warp up all the way. Okay, yeah, that's why you should always be careful with how you time warp, because sometimes it'll overshoot like that. Okay, so, jeez, I really screwed this up. Wow. So yeah, basically we just shot through that before it calculated any of the physics. So let's try this again. Wow. And you'll notice, I guess I'll go ahead and mention this now, I put out the landing gear because I found out that those, when they're deployed, they seem to radiate more heat, which is good. Okay, so just keep it at 1,000 because whatever the next step is, 10,000, this is way too much. And there are limits based on altitude of how, like, the maximum acceleration, but as you just saw, those don't necessarily change rapidly. Oh yeah, cool little mod that I found. Actually, the KSP Facebook page will post about cool mods sometimes. Okay. It will put on the staging whether or not it's safe to deploy your parachutes. Because now that they actually indicate that, you can read that, and it's very helpful. Okay, so we're starting to slow down. Like, I don't, like, there's no reason to be overzealous with this re-entry, because it looks like we're definitely going to slow down enough. But what we can actually do, if we're coming down too fast, is we can pitch up, and that'll actually gravity effect. You can see those shown up there. That'll actually slow our descent some, which is good, because we're coming in hot, as they say. Okay, so we are now, yeah, we're definitely going to re-enter on this pass. I can't remember, I think this decoupler is probably going to blow up, because they like to do that. But we don't need to worry about that. Okay, so you see there, we are actually going back up now. So, generally a good practice is to just ride out at whatever altitude you can, because getting free, safe drag up here, that's a good thing. Downside is we're coming over, we're going to come down over the night side, which, I don't, like, that's alright, I guess. Hopefully we'll actually come in over land this time, because when I tried this before, it hits water. I think something detached or exploded. We are running out of power too. But we won't need the control for much longer since we're slowing down. Usually I don't like time accelerating at all, in atmosphere, but probably a good idea. Okay, so I'll start pitching back up more, just burn off the last of our power, leading us to speed, because in addition to lifting us, pitching up increases our drag, just because there's more surface area. And, okay, we're out of power. Have to leave this out, I guess. Oh man, and I'm stupid. I totally forgot we had fuel left, so we could have burned that retrograde at some point. But, oh well, we can use it for landing, I guess. Really hoping that this is going to turn green soon. Actually, no, we're still pretty high up, that's fine. I don't know what our altitude above the terrain is, and that is always a good thing to know, because there are mountains, and I definitely saw mountains on the horizon when we were coming in. Okay, safe to deploy. I guess we haven't hit pressure yet. I don't like this. What's going on? Okay. Definitely need to figure out those margins a bit better. But since we are now pointing retrograde, go ahead and throttle up the engines. Just slow us down, get rid of some mass, so that the parachutes will work better. Perfect. Okay. Okay, Valentina, probably going to make it home. And I realize now, we totally could have waited in orbit and landed closer to the Space Center. But oh well. This is a crazy enough mission as it is. I don't want to add any other complications to it. Okay, we're actually coming down quite slow, so this could take a while. And you know what? It's gonna take such a while that I could just cut the video out. Yeah, let's do that, because it looks like we might actually come in over the water So, I'll be back. And we're back. Okay, so yeah, we did land in the water, but we landed safely, nothing was destroyed, Valentina is safely recovered, and now we have a probe. Okay, so we had already taken a report, and we can transmit this, haha, because we have an antenna, and this stuff will get us full science, just reports generally give you 100%, so all systems are functioning nominally okay. Transmitting stuff eats up quite a bit of power, but we don't really need to worry about that, because we have solar panels, which are magical. Let's try to figure out which way is up. Okay, so yeah, like, all that's on here, what is this? Okay, yeah, so there's really nothing to this probe, it's just a computer and some RCS stuff. So, step one is just to get our orbit circularized to the point it needs to be. And in the next episode, we will worry about, or I can teach you all about orbital mechanics and how we will actually get into this orbit, because that can be complicated, especially if you don't actually know what you're doing. Like a certain someone may or may not be. Like, theoretically, I know how to do this, but in practice, I might totally screw it up. But we'll find out in the next episode. Okay, so FOS. Now we don't have the magic maneuver node guidance stuff on this, which is unfortunate, but yeah. So there we go, monopropellant, burning forwards. All the monopropellant controls are bound to different keys, so we're not actually throttling on this, like they're binary thrusters. There are ones you can unlock that are actually treated as engines, but we don't have those. And this will probably take a few passes, just if we want to keep it efficient, so at this point I'm just waiting for my timer to go off, telling me that it's time to end the episode, because this is probably going to take longer than 57 seconds, at least to get it lined up properly. Because I do want to burn more over here to push the periapsis that way. So yeah, I am actually going to wait another orbit. And yeah, okay. We will finish this off in the next episode, because I don't know if we've ever actually done one thing in one episode. They always seem to get split up into 2 or 3, but that's probably going to happen a lot, because this game isn't a quick game, generally. So, yeah, okay, we got 10 seconds left. We will see you next time. Thanks for watching, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you, Alarm. Okay, bye.